Good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome inside Playland Ice Casino, the site of today's New England Hockey Conference matchup between the Manhattanville Valiants and the Crusaders of the College of the Holy Cross. Casey Sherman bringing you the action here this afternoon, and joined as always by Tyson Agler. Tyson, a big NEHC matchup between these two schools, 2 versus 4, some of the best offenses in the nation. Manhattanville, 8th in Division III in goals per game, over 3.5 per game. Holy Cross not ranked because they're ineligible for the postseason, but still right around the same mark. 2 of the best offenses we're going to see all year.
2 of the best offenses and 2 of the best teams in the NEHC competing tonight. Bragging rights for both teams. Holy Cross trying to stay alive with St. Anselm, trying to earn the NEHC regular season championship, while Manhattanville trying to keep pace with Norwich for the number 1 seed, just a point behind Norwich.
Just 1 point back of hosting the NEHC tournament this year. They have already clinched home ice advantage for the quarterfinal rounds. That will come on February 24th, a few weeks away, but still fighting, trying to get that number 1 seed and trying to host both, not only the quarterfinals, but the semifinals and the championship as well. The Valiants are 21-8-2 all-time against Holy Cross, but they've gone 0-4-1 the last 5 times these two teams have met. Last time they met, Holy Cross won 4-3. Sarah Sinning, the only player on the roster to score in that contest. And what we mentioned, Manhattanville just 1 point out of the top spot. A huge win today would not only secure the number 2 seed, but would help them keep pace with Norwich, who is in action at 4 o'clock. We'll keep an eye on that score as we go along here this afternoon from Playland. And a big matchup to watch today, Manhattanville's 4th line against Holy Cross. They've struggled a bit this year, but last night they were able to put 2 goals in the back of the net. Jen Machin and Kaylee Romano putting home goals, 1 goal apiece in the win over Nichols, a 5-1 victory last night. And like we said, Manhattanville rolling here as of late in conference play, one of the best seasons they've had in recent history. And so before the teams make their way out of the locker room and onto the ice, let's get to know them a little bit better. First, for the visiting Crusaders. They are led by head coach Peter Van Berskik. It's his 17th season at the helm of the Crusaders, but he has been with Holy Cross for over 30 years, multiple years with the men's program before transitioning over to the head coach of the women's team. A staple and an icon there over at Holy Cross. He's done an outstanding job with the program. He's assisted by Maddie Norton. It's her first season, a Union graduate, joining the coaching staff this year. Their top line of Violet, Scala, and Gerard is a beast to be reckoned with. 76 points on the year between the top 3 scorers. 3 of the top 5 scorers in the New England Hockey Conference this year. As we said, 76 points. They're going to be one of the top lines to watch out for tonight. Valiants will have their hands full on the defensive end. And with no surprise, those 3 are our players to watch for Holy Cross. Violet, 29 points on the year, 15 goals, 14 assists, and she has 1 point in 11 of her last 12 games. For Scala, 25 points on the year, a point in 9 straight. She had a goal and an assist last night against Salve Regina. And finally, Gerard, 22 points, 1 point in 8 of her last 9 games, and she's a 2-time New England Hockey Conference Player of the Week this season. And getting to know Manhattanville a bit better, they're led by David Turco. He's assisted by Rachel Morrison, Jonathan DeCastro, and Chris LaRocca. Like we said, one of the best seasons in recent history for this Valiant team. 2nd place among Division III teams in the NEHC standings. We said to watch out for the 4th line, how they're able to match up tonight, and also keep an eye on the top line. Nicole Mency leads the conference in scoring with 16 goals. So 4 of the top 5 scorers in the conference are in action today. High-scoring affair most games, but we'll see if it plays out that way today. Players to watch for Manhattanville. Nicole Mency, we just said it, leads the conference in scoring. Most goals for a Valiant in over 4 seasons. Sarah Sinning, 2nd on the team in points. She had 2 assists last night in the win. And finally, Amanda Sabia, the freshman, 2 goals last night, 8 points in her last 4 games. She has been on fire on the offensive end this year. And finally, the goalie matchup. For Manhattanville, they're going to go with the sophomore Rose Pajaka out of Worcester, Massachusetts. 94% save percentage on the year, a 1.45 goals against average, and she's unbeaten in league play, 6-0-1 on the season. And for Holy Cross, they're going to go with the junior out of Quebec, Jessie Salatas, 8-3-0 on the year, a 92% save percentage, and a 1.51 goals against average. So that will be the story here today. We'll get back to a final couple notes here before puck drop. But before that, we'll take a quick break from the broadcast for the national anthem. And we'll be back with your final thoughts and puck drop in just a moment. National anthem played here from Playland. We are just moments away from puck drop in this contest. And Tyson, we said it, two of the best offenses in the country, both teams scoring over 3.5 goals per contest. But in a game like this, they're also going to feature two of the better goalies in the conference, so something's got to give between these two squads.
Yeah, Case, I feel like we've had a lot of games this season where we come in expecting maybe a high-powered, high-octane offensive game, and it's the defenses that have stood tall here. We'll see what gives tonight. As you mentioned, two great goalies going up against each other, as it will be Pajaka going up against Saladas, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to give. Will it be the unstoppable offense or the impregnable defense?
You said it. Every time we try to predict something here, not only on the ice but on the basketball court this winter season as well, things go kind of skew. And some of these matchups that we expect to be great matchups end up going an opposite direction. We'll see if this is one of them today. Your referees today, Matthew McNulty and Tony Molina. The linesmen, Kelsey Connors and Jen Glynn. And with the puck drop, we are underway from Playland Ice Casino, Manhattanville, in their home gray sweaters with the black and crimson trim. And for Holy Cross, they're in their road purple with the white trim. And that first shot of the game on target by Scala, and that's corralled by Pajaka for the first stoppage.
And early we see that top line for Holy Cross getting a pretty good opportunity, but a nice save by Pajaka. She's going to be tested a lot here tonight.
We'll see in the face-off circle as well. Could be a big turning point, something to watch. As you would expect, there's going to be a bunch of offensive zone draws. As we said, both these teams like to put pucks on net and really create offensive opportunities. Manhattanville dominated Nichols in the face-off circle last night, winning almost 66% of the face-offs. So we're going to have a strong center unit here again tonight and limit those opportunities for Holy Cross in the offensive end. A turnover here, and Morgan Wilm tried to get that one out of the zone, but it was knocked away by Baji.
And that could have been a big offensive opportunity. Gerard was open right in front of the goal, but nice defense by the Valiants as they able to poke that puck away before the shot attempt by Gerard.
Valiants looking to get their first offensive opportunity, and their top scoring line is on the ice. Pelowitz corrals that one in the neutral zone and sends it back in. Kapoor lost her footing down in the far corner, so the Valiants forced to dump it in and get back on sides here. And Holy Cross with a breakout pass up the ice in the direction of Riley. Riley had that one knocked away, but it goes right to Matthias. Her shot, and she scores! Julia Matthias goes top shelf on Pajaka, glove side, right underneath the crossbar. And just 92 seconds in, we already have a 1-0 lead in this contest.
Good unselfish play there by the Crusaders. As Riley laid that one off to Matthias, and she was able to bury it glove side past Pajaka for her 11th goal of the season.
Matthias now 19 points on the season. She was the Conference Player of the Week back in November in the early part of the season. We said it, this Holy Cross offense has a lot of skaters that are able to find the back of the net. It's not just the top line. They've really been able to create problems for their opposition this year. On the offensive end, they have outscored opponents by 39 goals in conference play and 53 goals overall on the season. Behind the red line where it's picked up by Sabia. Up top, Dio back to the freshman. Now that pass intercepted as she was going cross ice. Out of the zone comes Gustri, and she'll send this one up ice, and it'll be an icing against the Crusaders.
Casey, we've now seen both teams commit this where they play the puck just before they cross the center line. As you mentioned, both teams with high-powered offenses, so wanting a little bit too eagerly to get their forecheck pressure getting going.
That fourth line on the ice for Manhattanville, their first opportunity today. Offensive zone draw won by Holy Cross, but Manhattanville will take over possession. Smith back to get it, trying to backhand that one towards Romano. Feathered along now up the boards. Peters from the point. Her shot, that goes wide. And picked up and taken out of the zone by Gustri. And now Doherty will send this one along. And the Holy Cross will go to the bench for a change. So Manhattanville able to get it out of the zone, but it goes right to a Crusader skater. Shot attempt on goal. That one off the body of Pajaka. Baji with the shot attempt. And the Crusaders retain possession here in the offensive end. Puck taken away now by Romano and trying to clear the zone, but kept in. Romano finally able to get that one out to center ice, but immediately brought back in by Violet. Up top now it's Gelner. Cross-ice pass to her linesman. Shot attempt on goal. That was Baji. Another save by Pajaka. Peters plays this one around, and now a tripping call is going to be called against Pelowitz as she took down Violet trying to get to that puck. And the Crusaders will go on the man advantage for the first time tonight. 16:28 to go in the first period, already up by a goal. Holy Cross, they boast an 18% power play on the season. Manhattanville not too shabby on the penalty kill themselves, 90%. Face-off won by the Crusaders, and Hall looks to set up the offense. Hall and Baji playing catch at the blue line. Now Hall rips a blast from the point. Goes off a body rebound attempt. Unable to get that one on net with Scala. Cross eyes now up top. Baji has it back over in the direction of Hall. Hall winds one around and now out to the blue line where it's going to trickle out to center ice, and the Valiants will get a much needed clear. Crusaders look to set up the rush one more time. It's going to be the Captain Baji, playing this one up ice to Scala. Scala around a few defenders, continues to hold. Now up top, shot attempt. That one goes wide off the stick of Young. Puck loose. Stiles tries to clear the zone and gets this one past Hall. And it will slide back into the defensive end where Baji will begin the rush one more time.
Nice job of Melissa Stiles using the home boards to her advantage to bounce that one off the wall and out of the zone.
Lisner tried carrying that one in offsides with the Crusaders. Now the Valiants have it. Harris cross ice to Dio, and Dio will fling this one down the ice. And that will allow Holy Cross one more rush on the man advantage. Messina will begin the rush. Now plays it up towards Lisner off of her stick and collected by Matthias. Valiants with it along the boards, poke it out to center ice. And time continuing to wind down on the Pelowitz penalty. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage. One last opportunity for the Crusaders. Matthias now into the zone. It's Lisner. Shot attempt on the way and knocked away by Pajaka. The Valiants are back to full strength.
Nice penalty kill by Manhattanville. Only a few opportunities right away in the beginning. The Valiants clearing the puck nicely.
Now Sabia into the zone looking for Mency. Knocked away. The Valiants will dump this one back in towards the back wall. Taken up by Holy Cross and now played along by O'Donnell. Mency trying to put the pressure on. Crusaders able to break the forecheck, get it up ice, but it goes off the boards and towards O'Brien. Her breakout pass intercepted. And now taken back and into the zone by Young. Harris giving chase, gets to that puck before Kewer. Now played along the near boards and out to center ice. Now Mency giving chase, putting the pressure on Young. Young circles back behind her own net. She's met there by Kapoor. Ryan's unable to keep it in the zone. Now Mency trying to take it herself, and it's knocked away by Hall. All the way back to the defensive end where Harris spins around Kewer. Now she'll take it across the midline and send it in. Saladas never saw that puck. She was thinking he was going to the far boards. Fortunately, it was not on target, or that could have been an easy goal for Manhattanville. Now the Valiants looking to break out again. This puck taken away by Gelner, kept in the zone. Now shot attempt on the way. Scala saved by Pajaka. Second opportunity is taken away by Wilm and played along. Deal will play it the opposite direction looking for Kent. Now Kent up to Wilm, unable to handle the initial pass, but Stiles is right there. And now a one-on-one for Melissa Stiles. Her shot, an easy save there for Saladas and a stoppage with 12:34 to play.
These Crusader skaters are very aggressive on the forecheck, continuing to push the pressure, and you may get some opportunities for Manhattanville, just like Melissa Stiles had, some one-on-ones or maybe two-on-ones if you can get the puck out of the zone.
It's going to be key for the Valiants to get some crisp passing, especially in their own end of the ice here this afternoon. Like you said, the Crusaders showing that they're going to be aggressive on the offensive end, just like they are right here. The puck played in by Scala. Now Violet fighting forward along the board. Scala rejoins the party, and she comes away with the puck. Backhands this one back towards Violet. Taken away, though, and played up the boards. Now Kent holds. Taken off the puck there by Gerard. And now a blast. That one's off the stick and up in the air, and Pajaka will catch the fly ball in the crease. And we'll have another face-off coming up here in the Manhattanville end of the ice. As both teams with 5 new skaters on the ice for this shift. Riley and Matthias to take the face-off. Matthias with the win. Holy Cross looking to set up. It's Gillis playing that one along. Blocked in front by O'Brien. Sabia plays this one up ice. O'Brien's going to have to rush to clear off the icing, and she does. Tried to send that one in front, but it goes off the side of the netting. And it never made it all the way across the sitting.
Great hustle there by the junior Maeve O'Brien to cancel out that icing and gave a pretty good offensive opportunity for Manhattanville, just unable to connect on the pass.
Riley takes it away. Now O'Brien plays it off the boards down to Sabia. Played along to Sinning and now trapped behind the net. Puck tied up. 4 skaters trying to battle for it. Sabia and Sinning there for Manhattanville. And Sabia comes away with it. Sabia centers that one, intercepted by Gillis. And the Crusaders able to clear the zone. Sinning with a big hit along the boards there on Matthias, and she will have to serve 2 minutes for that one. Sinning to the box now for checking. And this Valiant penalty kill will have another opportunity to make its way on the ice here. 2 minutes on the board for Manhattanville. Just about the midway point of the period. So far, it's been all Holy Cross on the offensive end, 7-1 in shots, and an opportunity to build on that shot total here as that rip from the point by Baji was deflected, and the rebound stayed in the crease for a second, but finally cleared, and now another opportunity on the way by Violet. Another save by Pajaka. Hall at the point, back down to Violet. Back to Hall. Now up top, Baji over. That one blocked by Peters. Down low, it's Baji. Baji thought about the shot. Fakes now. Wheels back around, gets it up top to Gerard. Back to Baji. Baji's shot. That one kick save. Rebound opportunity. Another glove save there by Pajaka.
Great save there by Rose Pajaka. She gave that rebound opportunity up for the Crusaders, but was able to recover and have a nice glove save.
Hall shot blocked away by Stiles and off to the glass. Back up top, it's Hall. And now Baji. Gerard one-timer. That one's deflected wide. Skyla gets it around the net. Back up top to Hall. Now Baji. Hall tries again. That one goes wide to the target.
Valiants desperately need to clear on this one. Some tired legs out there for Manhattanville.
Rebound out into the slot, and finally there is the clear. Kent gets it up ice, and Manhattanville will get 4 fresh skaters on the ice for the final 23 seconds of the penalty kill.
And if Manhattanville kill off this penalty, that might get some momentum, some nice blocks and some big saves from Rose Pajaka. Might give some momentum back to the Valiant side.
Dio scrambling now, lost her stick on the play. 5-on-3 if Holy Cross can hurry. Lisner with it. Now up top, it's Messina. Her shot, that one blocked away. It was Sabia with the block. Valiants are back to full strength and now trying to counter. Sinning out of the box, had that one taken away by Messina.
Amanda Sabia, not just a goal scorer, she's been excellent on the defensive end as well, blocking shots, and that's something that head coach David Turco and the assistant coaches are really proud of from the freshmen this season.
Holy Cross trying to go for the quick breakout pass towards Riley, off the mark and down the ice for icing. So we will skate to the opposite end in Manhattanville with an offensive zone draw coming up with this fourth line making their way out on the ice. Bit of a shuffling of the lines here as Romano was the only one from that fourth line to come out. A couple players from the penalty kill getting a quick breather here as that shot from the point saved off the stick of O'Brien. O'Brien comes across ice to get that one. Taken away, though, by O'Donnell. Riley. Into the boards now, trying to play it around. Lougheed has it. Banks this one off the glass. And it will trickle out to center ice and played right back in the zone, this time from Stevens. Romano up to Wilm. Had that one poked away. Now floated back up ice. And now into the zone with some speed is Stevens. She's got room. Tried to center that one back across for Goostrey and off the mark. Rebound opportunity. Doherty with the shot. Backhanded right into the glove of Pajaka.
Ever since Rose Pajaka gave up that first goal, she's looked solid in between the pipes, coming up with a few nice saves to keep it just a 1-goal deficit.
8 saves already here. Just over 12 minutes into the game for Pajaka. That one takes a weird bounce off the boards, and Manhattanville looks to counter. Mency trying to fight off Gillis. And Gillis takes her down, and the Valiants will have a delayed penalty. So Manhattanville will head to the power play for the first time this afternoon. A power play unit that has had a bit more success as of late. Only 15% on the year. And it'll be Romano, Mency, Kapoor, Lougheed, and O'Brien on the ice to try to tie this game up. Faceoff is won by Violet, and now Holy Cross tries to clear the zone and gets it down the length of the ice. Lougheed back to get it, getting pressured by Gerard. Now O'Brien to set up the rush, plays it up to Lougheed, and back to the junior assistant captain. Lougheed had that one knocked away, and now back the other way come the Crusaders. Scala's shot, it goes wide. Lougheed collects the loose puck, plays it back to O'Brien. Behind the net, looking to set up the rush. Valiants still without an offensive opportunity over 50 seconds into this man advantage. Romano nearly had it taken away, poked along by Violet. Valiants get it back and now play it back to the blue line to Stiles. Now up ice, it's Sinning. Sinning waiting for reinforcements. Tries to get that one along and poked away and cleared. It was Violet coming up with the theft. And now just 40 seconds remain on the Gillis penalty.
These Crusaders defenders are doing an excellent job. Anytime a Valiant player holds a puck on for a second too long, they're able to make him pay and cause a turnover.
Not only making them pay, but holding the puck here down a man. And that puck, I believe they're going to say, hit the protective netting behind the Manhattanville goal.
Delayed offsides, actually, there, Casey. As number 3 for Holy Cross, Listener never hot back on sides after that puck was dumped back in.
Face-off out in the neutral zone. Riley and Lisner to take the draw. Riley wins it back. And Manhattanville looking to get at least one opportunity here in the final seconds of the man advantage. Harris tried to play that along to Riley. Now across the blue line. Sabia finally enters the zone. Sabia waits back up to Sinning. Sinning holds. Now up top Harris. Back to full strength. Valiant still with an opportunity. Pelowitz, her shot knocked away by Salatis. Riley banks this one off the board, centering pass in the direction of Sinning. Knocked away, and Lougheed will collect this one. Lougheed backhands this one towards Sinning. Nearly taken away, but Sabia gets the loose puck, plays it up to O'Brien. O'Brien has that shot, a rebound opportunity. Oh, what a great save by Salatis. She loses her stick on the play.
I don't know what Salatis was thinking on that one, if there was she thought one of her teammates was going to skate in or what, but she left that puck right there for Maeve O'Brien, but a great save, though, by the junior netminder.
A sprawling dive and somehow got a piece of it with the stick. Valiants with their first real opportunity of the afternoon. A great look on goal, just unable to capitalize. Holy Cross back the other way. That shot by Baji off a body in front and now picked up in the corner. Played up top to Gellner, back to Baji. Baji shot. Cross-ice pass looking for Conexus. Kept in the zone and now played back along by Gellner. Baji with it at the point. That shot, kick save, Pajaka. Somehow that low shot got all the way to the net. Now Sinning will look to respond. Her shot high, rebound opportunity. Sinning another shot, that one blocked away. And I think Baji got a piece of it. Giants picking up the pressure themselves here a little bit, trying to respond to that early forecheck and offensive opportunities that the Crusaders created. Kapoor lifts that one back into the zone. Baji back to get it. Baji spins around now. Continues to fight, holding the puck by herself. Now trapped in the corner by Kapoor, but gets it out to Gerard and now out of the zone. Peters sends it right back in. Gellner is back to get it. Banked up off the boards by Violet. Offensive opportunity coming now. Backhanded attempt on the way by Scala, kicked away by Pajaka.
2-on-1 there for Crusaders, unable to capitalize on it. As now Romano's going to respond with a shot on net.
Covered up by Salatis. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the opening frame. See if the Valiants can just start throwing some pucks on net here at Salatis. A couple of rebound opportunities have given them some chances, so maybe not necessarily looking for the perfect shooting lane at this point. Maybe just trying to get some pucks on net and seeing if they can get a bounce to go their way. Kept in the zone over to Kent. Another rebound out in front of the crease. And Salatis dives on top of that one.
Yeah, right now I know Salatis is leaving some pretty good rebounds out there for Manhattanville. So, Casey, I think you're hit it right on the head with that one. Maybe just try to put the puck on net and just hope one of your teammates can bury it on the rebound.
Nice. Try to get some bodies in front and create a redirection or a second chance opportunity, like you said. Wilm dumps this one back in. Giving chase is Kent. Stiles intercepts the wraparound pass, and now up off the boards. Harris had it momentarily taken away, and up the ice comes Matthias. Matthias, a couple bodies there in front. Centering pass on the way. Lisner unable to get to it. Shot attempt from Gillis. Collected by Pajaka there. Another opportunity for the Crusaders coming from the defensive end.
Good job there by the Valiant defense. The combination of Pelowitz and I believe Kent surrounding Matthias on that was unable to get a clean centering pass out front.
Face-off one, back to the point by Doherty. Puck taken along now around the boards. Machen will try to get it up to Romano, knocked away. Now into the slot goes Doherty, unable to get a shot away. Now back up top, Messina. That shot off a body in front. Rebound, still loose. Crusaders poking at it, but a couple saves there by Pajaka. That one sent in front by Gustri, knocked away by Pajaka. Now Romano will play it behind the net. O'Brien trying to clear the zone. Off the glass and up but not out. Messina keeps it in. Now Lougheed picks it up behind the net. Up the ice looking in the direction of Smith. The puck bounced over her stick. Now fighting for it is Ella Smith. Romano will retreat and play it back into the defensive end. Chipped it along, but taken away right away by Scala. Scala into the slot, intercepted by O'Brien, but right to a Crusader attacker. The shot attempt there by Violet off the mark. Baji back to collect the puck here in the defensive end of the ice. 1 minute to go in the opening period. Manhattanville looking for something to pick them up here late in the first and try to get some momentum going into the second period. Riley back to get it. Gets by one defender, tried to chip it along. And it's knocked out to center ice where Sinning will play it back in off of a body and into the Holy Cross bench. We'll have a face-off coming out at center ice.
Anyone interested in purchasing a club, please make your way out to the lobby. Those funds are on sale up to the end of the first intermission. Once again, Valiants Chuck Puck contest coming up next intermission. If you're interested, make your way to the lobby and purchase pucks now.
Valiants win the face-off, dump it back in. 30 seconds to go in the frame. Holy Cross with it, trying to play it up around, but kept in by Manhattanville. Giants battling for the puck along the boards. Coming away with it is Matthias, and now again into the Holy Cross bench, and this time the faceoff will come in the offensive end. Possibly an opportunity coming up for Manhattanville now with 15 seconds left. David Turco will send Nicole Mency out on the ice to replace Riley, and it'll be Sinning tasked to win the faceoff. And now Sinning is kicked out of the faceoff circle, so now it'll be Sabia. Faceoff won by Holy Cross, and they're able to clear the zone. Taken up the ice now by Hall. Lays it off for Matthias and knocked away, and a penalty coming up to end the period for Manhattanville. Matthias was taken down by a hit in open ice. And I'm not sure if it was Pelowitz. I do not believe so. It looks like Sinning is skating towards the box, and she will head back into the penalty box again for checking. Second call on Sinning this afternoon. And Holy Cross will begin the second period on the power play unless they somehow find the back of the net in the final 3 seconds, which they will not do. Time runs out. So the Crusaders will begin the second period on the man advantage for the third time this afternoon. Just one goal scored in the period. It came off the stick of Julie Matthias. 1-0 the lead for Holy Cross after the first 20 minutes of action. We'll be back with your second period action here in 15 minutes. This is Manhattanville Women's Hockey on the Go Valiants TV network.
Let's see if this kid can hit one of my fastballs.
Hey, this kid's got a lot of potential. Are those new batting helmets? I don't know.
I wanna fly like an eagle.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, Frank. When you negotiate the boot, heel, roll over, and step. The rest of your gait remains the same. Want to try?
Hey Ben, you're invited.
Cool, I'll be there.
Hey Steve, you're invited.
Thanks, I'll see you there.
Here you go.
All right, Valiant, let's go. This party sucks.
Guys!
Screw this.
Guys, come on! Guys, I made dessert! Creme brulee! Come on!
A lot of people at Manhattanville think that my job is easy. Manhattanville has a few home games this weekend. Are you guys ready? How exactly is the team getting prepared this weekend for the games? The truth is, it's really not at all. Do you have anything to tell the audience whatsoever about the games this weekend? Until the next time, go Valiants.
Show off.
20 minutes of action in the books here from Playland Ice Casino. 1-0 the score at the first intermission. Holy Cross on top in a big NEHC matchup. Manhattanville has sole possession of the number 2 seed in the NEHC postseason standings. 5 clear of UMass Boston. A win today would clinch the number 2 seed. And they're trying to catch Norwich for the top spot, just 1 point behind Norwich at the moment. The Cadets are in action this afternoon beginning at 4 o'clock. We'll take an eye on that score later today as we head past that 4 o'clock hour. First period, it was all Holy Cross pretty much. 18-8 in terms of shots, 30 shots attempted by the Crusaders, 11 for Manhattanville. Both teams have been unable to capitalize on the power play so far. Holy Cross 0 for 3. They're currently in the middle of that third opportunity, as they will be on the power play for the first minute and 57 seconds of this middle frame once we get underway. Sarah Sinning taking her second checking call of the afternoon late in the period to pick up that penalty. And taking a look at the stats from the first period, as we said, Holy Cross the only goal, 18-8 in shots. Penalty minutes, 3 penalties for 6 minutes for the Valiants, and 1 penalty for 2 minutes for the Crusaders. Neither team able to capitalize on the power play. Rose Pajaka made 17 saves for Manhattanville. Tessie Salatis, 8 saves for the Crusaders. And Holy Cross was able to control the faceoff circle, 13 wins to just 6 losses in that opening frame. So Tyson, not necessarily that Manhattanville really struggled in the first period, but the Crusaders have done an excellent job of using the forecheck and just creating enough pressure to create some turnovers here in the neutral zone and really generate some offensive opportunities off of those turnovers.
The one area I've been really impressed with from Holy Cross today is their way that their defense are able to just surround and corral anytime Manhattanville player has the puck. And it seems like the Valiant Scares just having a hard time of keeping possession of it. And they're able to do a nice job of poking it away, prying any opportunities for Manhattanville. But Casey, like I said, I think you hit the nail on the head in the tail end of that first period. Salatas has struggled a little bit controlling the rebound, so let's see if head coach David Turco and company took note of that, and they might maybe try to just tell their players, hey, just throw some shots on net and hopefully you can get a rebound or maybe a deflection in.
Matthias, the 1 goal coming off of a turnover in the defensive end. She beat Pajaka high on the glove side, just underneath the crossbar for her 11th goal of the season. And then just about midway through the period, it was Maeve O'Brien coming down the ice coast to coast. She created an offensive opportunity for herself, and then somehow Salatis made a great diving stop with the stick on a second chance opportunity, or else this game would be tied. So like you said, we'll see if the Valiants just try to start throwing as many pucks on net as possible. Salatis has really struggled to control the rebounds today, and we'll see if they're able to generate a goal off of a second chance opportunity. But we need to pick up the offense here and find some way to get things going. They want to get back in the game. 1-0 down after the first 20 minutes of action, like we said. Trying to battle back and trying to pick up 2 points. Doing what they can to win out the rest of the year, and hoping that Norwich is able to slip up somewhere in these last 3 games and try to host this NEHC championship, have the champion come through Rye, New York, rather than going up to Norwich as it has so many times.
Yeah, and also Manhattanville looking to fend off UMass, who's creeping behind them, trying to climb up for that number 2 seed. Valiants needing a win in tonight or against Salve Regina in order to clinch the number 2 seed for the NEHC tournament.
Valiants, as we said, beginning the second period on the penalty kill. 2 successful kills so far in the first period, trying to make it 3 for 3. Crusaders have 1 minute and 36 seconds left on the man advantage. This puck dumped into the zone by Hall. Back to get it for the Valiants was Sty. She clears it out to the zone, but right to Hall. Now the Valiants trying to keep up the pressure here in the neutral zone. Styes gets it back into the Holy Cross defensive end. A Valiant player lost their stick, so Riley scrambling off the bench to fill the void. Now wraparound attempt. Now carried around. It was Violet up top to Baji. Cross ice Hall back to Baji. Trying to get that one over to Gerard, just out of reach of the sophomore there along the near boards. So back up top, Baji tried to play it back in the direction of Gerard. Off of her stick, out to center ice. Riley tries to get by Baji and intercepted nicely on the deke attempt. Quickly back the other way, it's O'Donnell. Violet. Trying to get around the defender. Now a blast from the point and right into the midsection of Pajaka and another save.
Easy save there for Pajaka. No traffic in front of her. Was able to see that puck all the way into her mitt.
38 seconds to go on the man advantage. Riley tried to win the faceoff, but it goes back to the point. And the Crusaders will set up the power play unit one more time. Up top, it's Messina. Now a shot from a tough angle, sticked away. Gillis collects her own rebound. Down low to Matthias. Now wrapping around, blocker save there off the shot from Riley. Riley up top. Now another shot. This one goes wide. Rebound off the boards and now cleared out of the zone. And that will just about do it for the man advantage. Final seconds ticking off the sitting penalty. And Manhattanville is 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Matthias, a shot attempt that bounced in front. Pajaka got it over to the boards. Holy Cross keeping possession. Matthias again waits, blasts that one off the mark. Matthias trying to clear the zone. They get it out to center ice, and Sabia will take it into the offensive end. Sabia throws that one in front, looking for Mency. It was intercepted, and the Crusaders back the other direction.
Like the idea there by Amanda Sabia, trying to get it to the hot-handed Mency, just a little bit off on that pass.
That one thrown up off the glass by Messina, taken down and played into the offensive end by Matthias. O'Brien behind the net, wheels it the other direction to Lohid, who plays it around to Mency. Mency got it over to Zoo. Now Kapoor. Got by the defenders there. Kapoor into the zone. Goes behind the net, stops, changes directions, but lost the puck on the move, and it's played along now by Young.
Twice in that last possession for Manhattanville, 2 referees got in the way of the Valiant players. On the first time in the neutral zone, and then on Kapoor bringing it up the ice, so an unfortunate break there for the Valiants.
Valiants did catch a break, though, as Young's breakout pass was off the mark and an icing against the Crusaders. Top scoring line out for Manhattanville against some tired legs. Face-off still trying to be controlled, and finally Manhattanville will play it along the boards. Crusaders take it behind the net, though, and break out the other direction. Into the zone comes Stevens. Stevens gets by a few defenders, tried to throw it in front off a couple bodies, and then the shot attempt by Gustri goes wide. Dio looked like she was hooked on the play. No call. Mency throws this one in, and off the crossbars, Salatis had a lot of difficulty trying to track that one, and that one nearly went in for the Valiants.
Second time Manhattanville's thrown a puck just inside the red line, almost had a goal. Taryn Harris early in the first period, and Nicole Mency right there, showing her dangerous scoring capability just inside the center line, and now we're going to get a whistle and stoppage applied.
I believe a penalty is coming up against Holy Cross. Victoria Young skating to the box, and now they do get a hooking call against the Crusaders. So the Valiants will go back to the power play, and just to go back to that last play, that's some of the advantage that Manhattanville has on this home ice. This barn, kind of old school, very historic place here at Playland. Some old lighting, not exactly the best lit rink in the conference. And showing off why it can be difficult there. It's like we said, Salatis, I'm not sure if he lost it in the lights or just never saw it, but nearly went in for Manhattanville. And like you said, Tyson, a couple times now today where some pucks have just been thrown on net, and what looked to be benign attempts by the Valiants have almost created some opportunities. Pelowitz is trying to battle for this puck and now gets it along. Harris will bring it up out of the defensive end, and it's knocked away right to Pelowitz. Up ice now to Sinning. Sinning gets it into the zone, but the Valiants are offsides. Face-off coming out in the neutral zone. 1:08 to go on the penalty to the freshman Victoria Young. Valiants' second power play opportunity, still unable to really generate any chances on the man advantage. Try and change that here. Lougheed back to O'Brien. And now back to Lougheed as she was pressured. Mency takes this one into the zone. Now lays it back up to Lougheed. Lougheed throws that one in front off of skate of a defender, off of Hall and nearly towards the left post, but just wide. Played around, Mency will pick it up, and now all the way back up to the blue line to Lougheed. Mency gets around our defender, gets into the slot, that one goes high.
Let him go top shelf on that one. Good idea by Nicole Mency, just unable to get it through.
Romano now behind the net. Lays it back the other way to Kapoor. Centering pass, that one tried to get put on net by O'Brien. It was blocked away, and now the Crusaders back the other direction. It's Gillis. Gillis into the zone, short-handed attempt, but an offsides, I believe. No, Holy Cross is going to be called for too many men on the ice. Or excuse me, that was the initial call. Now I believe 2 penalties might be called.
Yeah, I believe I have a high stick call as well going up against Mency. At least that's what the official indicated as well.
Was thrown off by the 2 signals there. Mency also into the box. So both players called for high sticking. Now we'll see how things line up here. It'll be 5-on-4 hockey still for 16 seconds on the initial power play. And now a shot attempt off the face-off. That one goes wide by Violet. Stiles trying to clear the zone. Pressure there by Violet. Now gets it the other direction. Harris gets it up ice towards Wilm. Deflected along. And that will be icing on Manhattanville as the Crusaders are back to full strength. Scala and Stiles to the face-off circle. Scala wins it back. Thrown on net, sticked away by Pajaka. Harris gets it, trying to get it behind the net, but once again, there are the Crusaders. Now out in front, loose puck, knocked away to the far boards. Wilm gets it up ice, tried to chip it along. Knocked backwards, and now Harris gets it in. Behind the net now, Baji trying to get it out to center ice, intercepted by Peters, and thrown right back in. Puck slides all the way around towards Wilm. And another penalty coming up against Manhattanville. Delayed call for slashing coming up. And as soon as the Valiants are able to gain possession, which they do right behind the net. And so after killing off their 3rd penalty of the day, they're going to go back on the penalty kill, looking to remain perfect.
In case we've seen, that's been one of the Achilles heels for this Manhattanville team. They do commit a lot of penalties this season, and a team like Holy Cross, you can't give them this many man advantage opportunities.
Definitely not the way you want to get back into a contest. Down a man. They are able to generate some chances shorthanded. They have a handful of shorthanded goals on the year, including a game winner 2 weeks ago. But against a team like Holy Cross, Tyson, you said it, you cannot give them this many opportunities. Wilm was the guilty party on the slash, so she will serve 2 minutes along with Mency. That point blast on the way from Baji, gloved down by Pajaka. And we'll have another zone draw coming up to the stick side of the sophomore keeper. It'll be Scala to take it, and she'll win it for Holy Cross. Up top now, Baji. Tried to throw that one in front, blocked by Sabia. Vance able to get it out to Sabia. She tried to clear, but knocked down by Hall and kept in. Behind the net now, Scala. Backhanded back up now, Violet. Trying to get to the slot. Now cross-eyes pass in the direction of Gerard, unable to handle the puck. And now sends it back across to Violet. Junior takes this one in the zone herself. Now tries to get to the slot. Her shot off the body of Pajaka. Now up top now. Hall, up drive from the point. That one off a body in front. I believe it was Sabia once again getting in the way of that shot.
Doing what she does best, getting away his shots on the defensive end.
Baji, another shot attempt. That one affected by Sabia one more time, and it goes wide. And now a clearance coming from Peters all the way down the ice right to Salitas. Now it's the Valiants trying to pick up the pressure here on the penalty kill. Baji brings it up ice across the red line and now plays it up in the direction of Matthias. Knocked away and cleared down. This one played with a high stick, so we are going to get a face-off now as a Holy Cross player was the next one to play it. Face-off coming in the offensive end for Manhattanville because of the high stick. Stiles will take it for the Valiants. And she appeared to have a chance to get it back to the point, but it's taken by the Crusaders, and they'll play it back in. Time winding down on the Wilm penalty. Messina has it at the point, tried to throw it in front, knocked away. Now it's Gillis. Back to Gillis. Thought about the shot, gives it up to Messina. She throws that one wide, and the Valiants will be back to full strength. Still perfect on the penalty kill this afternoon. Crusaders still with it now. Riley lays it off, centering pass in front. Pajakas poked it away, and it goes right to Riley, who goes top shelf for the goal.
Unfortunate break there for Rose. Pajaka did a nice job of just punching that one away, but punched it right to the wrong Riley. The Crusaders, Maeve Riley, and she was able to get it over top of Pajaka, and now it's a 2-0 lead for Holy Cross.
So the Valiants kill off the penalty, but get struck by the bug that they've had all year, where they do kill off the penalty but then give up a goal shortly after as they're trying to make a couple changes and get the fresh legs on the ice. Like you said, just an unfortunate play. The right play there by Pajaka to get it away from the crease, but it went right to Riley with nobody around. She had an easy lane to go top shelf on that one for what was her 7th goal of the season, and now the Vines are down by 2. Baji throws that one well wide of the target, and it's picked up by O'Donnell. Kept in the zone nicely by Gellner. Poked away, and Kapoor gets it out to center ice. Played back in by Baji. Now Lohid collects it, trying to play it around behind the net, and met by a couple Crusader forwards. And now a tie up behind the net, and Holy Cross comes away with it. Crusaders try to play that one up ice. Now Mency with some space. Nicole Mency, 2-on-1. Lays it off, and shot attempt. Oh, one-timer kicked away by Salitas. Kapoor looked like she had an open net, but Salitas shut the door quickly. Now a drive by Baji, blockered away. Now the Valiants again. Odd man rush opportunity. Sinning catching the Crusaders on a line change. Moves back to the slot into traffic, loses the puck. And now the net comes off the moorings as Sabia was taken down and went sliding into the goal.
Salitas with yet another goal-saving play, as she had one against Maeve O'Brien earlier in the contest. Another one, beautiful pass there by Nicole Mency. She was able to get the defense, and Salitas committed to her. Kapoor looked like she had the goal, but Salitas slammed the door shut.
A great move by Mency to get by and create the opportunity, and then another chance for Sinning down the left wing. Decided to come back to the slot and went right into traffic, however, and it took away the opportunity for Manhattanville. Now the Crusaders try to create one the other direction. Manhattanville back the other direction. Singh, one of the fastest skaters on the team, unable to get by Young. Puck played into the offensive end where it's picked up by Hall. Now it's Manhattanville trying to pick up the forecheck. Sinning will be back to collect this one in the defensive end. Holds off one attacker, tried to play back to Harris. Centering pass knocked away. Scala backhands this one along. Riley will continue it along the boards. And Sinning plays that one right to Gerard. Now a drive from the point, off the body and wide. Scala will be back to pick it up. And a puck tried to be sent on net by Violet. Not much on that one, and Pajaka covers up.
Holy Cross had a skater wide open right in front of the net. If they would have got it to her, just been her against Pajaka if they could not connect on the pass.
Just over a minute past the midway point of the first period. Valiants down by 2 goals. Matthias and Riley, the goal scorers for the Crusaders, trying to add to their total there, and somehow Pajaka was able to glove that one through traffic. Another draw coming up to the right of Pajaka. Romano and Lisner to take the faceoff. And it's won by Lisner. Back to Peters, who plays it behind the net, over to her linesmate Pelowitz. Now up the ice, the Valiants continue to have a couple opportunities with these 2-line passes, getting behind the defense, just unable to make anything of it so far. Messina picks it up, plays it across to Gillis. Now thrown up to Lisner. Lisner lays it off and now taken away by Romano. Machin gets it out to center ice and now gets it right back. Machin into the zone, trying to get by Messina. Now Pelowitz will pick it up at the blue line. Pelowitz throws that one on target, and Salatas with another save. Tyson, you got to give Manhattanville credit. A couple penalty kill opportunities really hurt their momentum early on in the period, but they've come back strong after killing off the 4th one of the afternoon.
Yeah, the Valiants, generally when you have times where you're on the penalty kill for the most part of the game, you can't really get your offense going, but the Valiants have continued having offensive pressure, and like they do right here, looking for their first goal of the contest.
Stiles threw it in front. It goes off the skate of Baji, and back the other direction come the Crusaders.
Good job by Lohi to break up that pass attempt.
Stiles collected at Stiles. Gives it up to O'Brien, who gets by a Crusader defender. Now throws that one wide. It banks off the boards right to Kent.
Ava O'Brien's had a nice offensive game here. She's had a few shots on net. We'll see if she can maybe bury one for the Valiants.
Stiles tried to get it back into the zone off the stick of Doherty and over to Kent. Kent tried to get that one in the direction of Wilm, taken away and now played along. Up the boards looking for Stevens. Kept in the zone by the Valiants. Baji comes away with the loose puck and now takes it up, plays it up the ice towards Doherty. And now Doherty blasts this one on net. And Pajaka misses it. And from the neutral zone, it's going to be Doherty collecting the goal.
Doherty with an absolute snipe of a shot. That one zinged past Pajaka, and I don't even think she saw that one coming. And we saw Manhattanville have 2 few opportunities on the night in the neutral zone with some shots, but it's Doherty, the one that capitalizes, and now it's a 3-0 lead for the Crusaders.
Not sure what happened on that one. Pajaka, one of the more sure-handed goalies. And she's been solid for Manhattanville all year, just somehow losing track of that puck. And like you said, all it takes is a lucky break, and that one found the back of the net. Now it's a 3-goal deficit and a big mountain for Manhattanville to climb in these final 26 minutes.
And you can tell she was obviously upset with that one, slamming her fist to the ice, knowing that's a save that she makes 9 times out of 10.
Giants looking to respond. Kapoor dumps it into the offensive end. Kapoor to the bench. Mency and Zhu will stay on the ice, at least momentarily, as Sinning joins the line. Sinning to Mency. Mency gets by one defender and knocked off the puck there by Young. And now Violet chips it back in. Pelowitz gloves it down and plays it back up to Riley. Riley loses control. Scala along the left wing. Now plays it across looking for Gerard. A collision there on open ice, and the puck skitters over to the boards. Riley back into the zone, tried to get a stick on that one, and it weakly travels to the boards, where the Crusaders will pick it up and begin the rush the opposite direction.
And once again, the Crusaders just corralling around the puck holder, not allowing them to have any open space or any free shots towards Salas.
O'Brien picks up the loose puck off the boards, and now played up by Sinning. Wilm fighting for it, now pins it up against the boards, waiting for help. Puck comes out, and Riley collects it from Manhattanville, but it's taken away by the Crusaders. Into the zone, going back in, and now to the forehand, and scoring on that one was Matthias. Another turnover by the Valiants proves costly as Matthias puts home her second of the day, and it's now a 4-goal game.
Matthias showing off the wheels on that one. She was able to skate past the Valiant defense. Her first shot was initially saved by Pajaka, and then she was able to get the backhander in against the sophomore, and now it's a 4-goal lead for the Crusaders. And it might be getting a timeout taken by head coach David Turco.
Turco will take his timeout here with 5:11 to go in the second period. Holy Cross has taken over all the momentum, and all the wind has come out of Manhattanville sails here this afternoon so far. It's a 4-goal deficit, and you can see Pajaka skating over to the bench, clearly upset.
Right at the end of this period, that is where that contest will take place. So once again, Valiants check the puck.
So we'll see what the Valiants are able to draw up out of the timeout now. Down by 4, and we said it. The Crusaders have one of the best offenses in the country now, 4 goals in the game above their season average. Manhattanville just unable to get things going. Not too shabby of an offense themselves, just over 3.5 goals a game as well. They're going to need to get something going quickly, get at least 1 goal in the back of the net before the end of the second if they really want to have a realistic opportunity.
And it's not that the Valiants haven't had their opportunities. They've had plenty of chances, but you got to give credit where credit's due. Tessie Salatas has slammed the door shut on a few what we would have thought would have been possible goals for Manhattanville, but Salatas with some great sprawling saves to keep it a goose egg in the Manhattanville scoring column.
At least 2 highlight reel saves for Salatas that have kept the Valiants shut out here this afternoon. It could very well be 2-2 had those goals gone in. But instead, it's a 4-goal deficit. And the Valiants will send Wilm, Stiles, and Kent out for the forwards, Lahid and O'Brien, the defenders, to begin to shift out of the timeout.
In case we mentioned top of the broadcast, the line to look out to for was that top line of Violet, Scala, and Gerard. They have not been the ones that have been scoring the goals. It's been the other players that have been stepping up and playing some quality minutes and getting some great opportunities for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that second line of Riley, Lisner, and Matthias have created a bunch of opportunities. Not exactly a slouch of a line themselves. 20 goals coming into the game for that line. Already 3 here this afternoon. Riley plays it up to the point. That second line is on the ice right now. Deflection, rebound opportunity, and that one just goes high. Riley tried to bury her second of the day.
Another rebound left out there. It was Pajaka that was unable to control it, and Riley looked like she might have had her second of the day, but just off the mark on that shot.
O'Brien out of the zone herself across the red line and throws it in. Back to get it is Messina. Off the boards and up to the blue line where it's collected by Matthias. That one goes off a body, so icing is canceled. Pelowitz back to play it. On the boards towards Peters. Now Peters takes it out of the zone, plays it up ice to Wilm. Wilm flicks this one in. And the Crusaders will play it around the boards the opposite direction. Mency off the bench charging in to take that one away, but Pelowitz is unable to keep it in the zone. Peters throws that one in, and again, Salatas leaves it right out of the slot. Nobody home for the Valiants. Baji turns it over, centering pass. Now Dio off the bench. Dio shoots. That one off the blocker and off the glass. Wrapped back around up to the point to Dio, throwing that one on and just kind of elbowed away by Gilner. And back out of the zone come the Crusaders.
She had Kapoor on the far post, maybe looking for a redirection towards Kapoor's way, but Gilner was able to get away with the pass.
Now breaking out of the Valiants. Thrown into the zone by Romano. Back to play to Salatas. Up the boards and kept in by Riley. Now giving chase is Wilm, trying to knock the puck away from Hall. Never got out in front, and the Crusaders play it out to the neutral zone off of Lougheed and into the Valiant bench. .242 to go in the middle period. Riley and Scala will take the faceoff just outside the Holy Cross zone. And it's won by the Crusaders. And now coming out and back the other direction is Violet. Violet had that centering pass towards Scala knocked away momentarily. And now Violet gloves down a loose puck thrown in front there. Knocked down by Gerard in front of the net, but no opportunity there. Gerard plays it ahead. Violet trying to give chase, unable to get there. Knocked off the puck was Riley, but Young unable to keep it in the zone, so Scala will skate it back the other direction. Turnover there. Sabia trying to get control of the puck, but again, knocked away immediately by Hall.
Great individual effort there by Amanda Sabia, not giving up on that play, and still not giving up as she's trying to win possession for the Valiants, trying to get Manhattanville back in this game.
Along the boards now, Riley trying to keep it in. Backhanded long, Hall gets it behind the net. Now stepping up again, O'Brien creates the turnover. Loose puck in the slot, unable to get to it, were the Valiants. Lougheed back behind the red line, now plays it up and right to a Crusader. Sinning now banks it off the glass and back down the ice. And this will be icing against Manhattanville. So some very tired forwards on the ice for Manhattanville. And a face-off coming in the defensive end.
Yeah, that's kind of the risk-reward of playing this ultra-aggressive forward check is you're hustling around, trying to cause turnovers, trying to get opportunities. You get an icing like this, now you're out there for an extended period.
And you would think that in this second period, Manhattanville would have the advantage, having the short change for the forwards, but unable to get off the ice there as the Crusaders have just done an excellent job of creating chances from the defensive end. And another shot there. That one goes wide. Pajaka again unable to control the puck in the trapper. And back out center ice where Gillis will restart the rush. Final minute of play now in the second period. Valiants still down by 4. Mency plays it up ice. Gillis keeps it in. Now chipped ahead, Mency one-on-one. Mency into the zone. Tried to deke around and poked away by Messina. And back up the other way come the Crusaders. Matthias throws that one in front. He goes wide and picked up by Riley. Riley back behind. Matthias centering pass out in front. Riley gets the loose puck, and now Lisner has it back out to the point. That one blocked by Mency. It goes right to Riley, and she buries it for her second of the day.
Once again, another unfortunate bounce there for the Valiants. Great block there by Mency, but blocked it right to Riley, and Riley once again capitalizing with the puck bouncing right to her. She's able to score her second.
5-0 the score for Holy Cross. A big goal late in the period, 19 seconds to go. Holy Cross with it now. Final seconds ticking down in the second period, trying to create one more opportunity, but it's just going to be thrown into the offensive end by Baji, and that will do it for the middle period. All Holy Cross there in the second period. 4 goals in the stanza. Taking a look quick at the goals in the period. Scoring got started by Maeve Riley. Danielle Doherty scored from the neutral zone before Julie Matthias netted her second, and then Riley followed up with her second of the afternoon to close out the period. 5-0 to score now in this one. Manhattanville with a big mountain to climb in the third period if they want to try to keep pace with Norwich in the race for the top seed in the postseason. We'll be back with your third period action after a break here. You're watching Manhattanville Women's Hockey on Go Valiants TV. 2 periods of play in the books here from Playland Ice Casino. Manhattanville trails the Crusaders of the College of the Holy Cross 5-0 at the second intermission. A big mountain to climb for Manhattanville if they want to come away victorious in this one. They have not fallen in conference play since they lost to UMass Boston all the way back on January 14th. So looking to stay in the race for the top spot. A loss today would just about wrap up the 2 seed for them. They would need a win in their final 2 games to come away with the 2 seed in the postseason. And Tyson, a very difficult time the Manhattanville Valiants have had today, generating any offensive opportunities, and when they have, Salitas has really shut down the door on them.
Yeah, we've seen, as we mentioned throughout the broadcast, there were 2 specific opportunities Manhattanville had. That first period with Maeve O'Brien, and then that second period, a 2-on-1 between Mency and Kapoor, but Salitas with 2 big saves at those times. And in that second period, it was just all Holy Crosses. They were able to really open up this game, and they're going to take a 5-goal lead into the final 20 minutes of play.
Quick look here at the stats through 2 periods of play. 5-0 to score. Shots 31-13 in favor of the Crusaders. 8 penalties have been called, 5 for Manhattanville, 3 for Holy Cross. Neither team able to capitalize on the power play opportunity. 26 saves for Rose Pajaka, 13 for Salitas, and it's 30-9 in the face-off circle for the Crusaders. And speaking of Pajaka, the sophomore's day appears to be done as Taylor Elias has taken over in cage for Manhattanville for this final period. And Tyson, I think Manhattanville is going to be relieved at the end of this one, knowing that this is most likely their last time facing Holy Cross, at least in league action. The Crusaders bumping up to Division I at the end of this season. They're Division I in pretty much every other sport except for women's hockey, and they're going to make the transition back to the big leagues after this season, trying to get eligible for postseason play. A very successful team, just unable to really show for it. As we said, not eligible for postseason play at the Division III level as one of the Division I members of the conference.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the transition that Holy Cross will have to make, going from playing essentially a lot of D3 teams, a few D1s, and very few D2s as well, to now going up with essentially the big boys at Division I level. But you get that all-important athletic scholarship moving up to D1, so could be a blessing for Holy Cross. And I'm sure they might have a few growing pains when you make that transition, but I'm sure head coach Peter Van Buskirk is ready for that transition and ready to get his team on the national stage.
Yeah, and you make a great point. Already a very solid squad here. Like we said, some of the top scorers in the country on this Holy Cross team, and being able to use some athletic scholarships and recruit some of the top players in the country might be a huge advantage for Holy Cross. But for now, it's still at the Division III level and still creating problems for Manhattanville in this one. And now an offsides called against Manhattanville. Mency was tripped up in the offensive end and then was bumped into at the blue line, unable to get back to the neutral zone. No call. And now an offsides against the Valiants.
Yeah, you can tell Mency really frustrated on that one, kind of colliding with the Holy Cross skater and then having some words after the whistle as well. It's just been a frustrating day for Nicole Mency and company.
Valiants back to play this one in the defensive end. Up off the ice and out of play off the stick of O'Brien. Puck played from the defensive end, so we'll see where the faceoff comes, and it will come in the offensive end for the Crusaders. Puck wrapped around the boards, and now coming back the other way are the Valiants. Sabia will send it along the boards into the offensive end.
Sabia looking to keep her point streak alive with 4 consecutive games with a point. Would love to get Manhattanville on the scoreboard.
Yeah, a couple players trying to keep a point streak alive. Scala has a point in 9 straight games for the Crusaders. Still looking for a point here in this one. And like you said, Sabia 8 points in the last 4 games. Trying to keep her streak alive for Manhattanville as well. Valiants looking to pick up any points, trying to find the back of the net for the first time here in this final period. Sending Deeks by Scala and now tries to dump it in, but Violet sends it back the other way.
And once again, just get impressed with this Holy Cross Crusader defense. Anytime Manhattanville players have the puck on their stick, they're just surrounded by Crusader skaters, and they're just able to poke the puck away and not let Manhattanville get any quality offensive opportunities.
Harris plays it up ice. Smith gets it across ice now in the direction of Machen. Machen will take it into the zone. Over to Smith. A shot attempt sticked away by Salatas.
Nice pass there by Jen Machen. Good shot there by Ella Smith, but once again, it's that goalie, Tessie Salatas, not allowing Manhattanville to get anything past her.
Harris, bothered by Scala, gets away off Violet, and now she'll have to retake possession. Violet gets it, though, up to the slot. Shot attempt on the way. That one blocked in front. Gerard had the puck there in the slot. The Valiants look to respond back the other direction, but they will just dump this one in for a line change. Up off the ice now. Wilm chopped at that one, but it's taken back the other way. Gellner got in the way and plays it up ice. Now Violet along the far boards. Gets by a defender, wheels it around, looking for Matthias. She will chase this one down and try to play it up towards the blue line. But she's knocked off the puck by Wilm, who gets it out to center ice. Crusaders get it along the near boards once again. Back to get it is Peters. She continues this one around the boards to Kent, who gets it up towards Styes, kept in the zone momentarily, but now out to center ice. Back the other way comes Riley. 2 goals on the day, along with Matthias. Both of them looking to complete the hat trick. Now a late whistle and an icing called against Manhattanville. Faceoff will come to the glove side of the freshman Taylor Elias. Elias now on in relief, making her 6th appearance of the season. 9 goals allowed on the year, an 87% save percentage, and 2.09 goals against average. That one thrown on net, glove down by Elias, and she'll hold on.
Difficult shot to handle there, as that one was essentially right at the face mask of Elias, but she was able to get below the puck and snag it out of the air for the save.
Face-off once again won by Holy Cross. They've dominated the face-off circle today. And that puck sent on net by Messina and sticked away by Elias out of play. We'll reset, same 2 to take the face-off. O'Donnell and Zoo. And again, won by Holy Cross. Back in the defensive end, Gillis restarts the rush and now played along by Konaxis and into the offensive end where Mency picks it up. Chopped ahead by Konaxis into the offensive end. Right there to play it is Kewer. Now Mency with it. She's got Kapoor, tries to bank off the glass to the junior, and Kapoor will skate down to cancel out the icing on the play and get to the puck first. Puck sent out in front, nobody home. Dio back to get it in the neutral zone. Dio plays it off the boards, now back the other direction. Now the Valiants called on a line change. Scala into the slot, lays it off. One-time attempt, that one off the pads of Elias, and she jumps on top of that one for the save. Another face-off won by Holy Cross. That one deflected in front and off to the boards.
In case you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the faceoff would be key for both these teams with the expected amount of offensive draws, and Holy Cross has been the one taking advantage of the draws as they've won the bulk of them.
I mentioned how they had 30 wins after the second intermission. It's now 33-12 in the faceoff circle in favor of Holy Cross, make it 34-12, and another shot deflected wide of the net. Harris to play this one. She thought about passing it off and now gets by and now taken away. Gerard has shot that one blocked away.
Once again, there's the Holy Cross skaters just poking that puck away from Harris as she kept on her stick just a little bit too long.
Baji plays it along and gets past Riley, and now along the boards, Violet has it. She skates around, now plays it along the blue line up top to Baji. Her shot blocked away by Sabia. Back up top, Young. Her drive attempt blocked away. Now Sabia will take it herself. Sabia had that one knocked away by Baji, but right there is Dio to pick it up. Lays it off to Riley. Her shot goes high. Crusaders not really looking to push the tempo anymore, up by a comfortable 5 goals. Elias plays this one off to O'Brien. Up ice towards Smith. Deflected along, and Hall picks it up. Riley met along the boards there by Romano, who plays it into the offensive end. The Young is right there for the Crusaders to send it along the boards. Now Young changes direction. She'll try the near boards, and Hall will pick it up and look to play it along, but Romano keeps it in play. Now this puck sent down the ice. Lougheed will get there first for the icing call. And we will skate the length of the ice here. Under 12 minutes to go in this one. Face-off won by Manhattanville on the offensive end. Trying to take advantage. Holy Cross has some tired legs on the ice, but it goes out to center ice. Crusaders not elected to change on the play. Now we'll get one new skater on the ice. Hall takes it into the zone off sides. And now some fresh legs will come on the ice for Holy Cross. Face-off at center ice. Won by Holy Cross and sent into the offensive end, but it's knocked away immediately by Peters. Now Stiles with it, trying to get by Messina, taking off the puck, and Holy Cross back the other direction, plays it ahead. Pelowitz picks it up at the blue line. Over to Wilm. Wilm had that pass intercepted by Doherty, back the other direction. Doherty collects the loose puck, now skates ahead. Peters cut that one off nicely in front of the net, and Doherty continues to go up around towards the blue line, looking for Violet off the bench, out of reach of the junior right there at the blue line. Now Violet sends it ahead into the offensive end. Wilm will collect that one and begin the rush from Manhattanville back to the other direction. It's cut off quickly, though, as Violet takes it away. Now sends it back to Baji. Her shot deflected wide. Harris now with it. Gets it ahead to Wilm, trying to play it back to Harris. Too far out of reach, and the Crusaders keep it in the offensive end. Now Harris a giveaway. Baji once again trying to score for the first time today. She's had a ton of opportunities. Her shot was blocked in front and goes high. Up top, Baji one more time. Plays it across, now cross-ice pass by Violet, nobody home. And Wilm gets it out of the zone. Baji up ice to Scala. Lays it off to Violet, now cross ice to Gelner. Gelner plays it ahead. Violet faked one way, plays along the near boards, and knocked ahead by Kapoor. Lisner forced to let that one trickle by her as the Crusaders were making a line change. Didn't want to get called for too many men on the ice. goes back to play it, but the Valiants take it away momentarily before Violet picks up the loose puck. Holy Cross continues to just put the pressure on Manhattanville here in the final period. Valiants still struggling to create offensive opportunities. Just 2 shots in the period for Manhattanville. Played diagonally in. Lougheed will get it behind to O'Brien. And now back towards Lougheed, but nobody home for Manhattanville. Holy Cross retakes possession. Thrown in front there by Matthias. Up to the boards, now a shot at the point. Blocked in front by Kent. Now sending back the other direction. Taken off the puck there by Kewer. And now into the zone, looking towards Riley, intercepted. Peters back the other way. Into the zone herself, lays it off. Sabia tries to play that one in front, taken away. Played up the boards and now out of the zone by Matthias. It goes right to Riley. Riley cut off nicely there by Peters. And she'll just play this one along, looking for O'Donnell. Megan O'Donnell comes away with the puck, tries to play it off the boards. And now Kewer with it. Centering pass, nobody there for Holy Cross. Taken by Sabia. Played up towards the boards, kept in though by Kewer. And now she collects the loose puck. Riley now behind the net, tried to play it up the boards. Once again, kept in. The shot by Messina hit the back of a teammate in front and never made it to the net. Sabia showing off her stick handling skills, gets by a few defenders, and now gets up to Riley, who blasts one from the point. Blocked right there immediately by Gillis. And now Holy Cross back the other way. That pass off the mark, and Dio will begin the rush for Manhattanville. Played off the boards, now back out. Dio will have it, and she'll send it back in to the Holy Cross end of the ice. But again, Crusaders there immediately to take possession and play it up the opposite direction. Harris off the boards to Machin, now up ice to Romano. Again, taken away. Baji banks it into the offensive end, looking for Scala. Nice pass there by Baji, and somehow Scala stayed on sides to keep possession. Up top, Gellner, her drive, and she finds the back of the net. That one through traffic, and Elias unable to get a pad on that one. And it's now 6-0 Crusaders.
Yeah, just beat Elias right between the arm and torso on that one. As there was a lot of traffic in front of her, just didn't see that puck come from the point. It's now a half-dozen lead for the Crusaders.
.6:37 to go in this one. Crusaders not looking to let up, though. Into the offensive end. Played up to the boards. Kept in at the blue line there by Baji. And now taken away. Vines trying to create an opportunity here. Kent fighting off a defender and taking off the puck nicely by Violet. Back checking there from the forward line. That shot is going to be deflected into the corner. And coming away with it was Gerard. Now up ice to Scala. Scala will like to play this one in and head to the bench. Lougheed gets it for the Valiants. Up to Wilm, who deflects it ahead towards Stiles, but back to get it for the Crusaders is Aaron Hall. Hall plays this one ahead. Taken by Lisner, and she'll carry this one herself and now dump it in. Getting there first is Matthias. She gets by Pelowitz and now taken off the puck by Lougheed. Unable to clear the zone on the Valiants. Peters up ice to Mency, who gives it up. Now back to Peters. Peters throwing that one ahead, now picks up the loose puck. Her shot off a stick and up off the glass. Puck taken out of the zone by Matthias. Taking on a couple Valiant defenders there. Still with the puck. Move around Dio, and a shot goes just high. Harris skating backwards with us. Under 5 minutes to go from playland. All Holy Cross in this one. Menti looking to give Manhattanville some momentum going into Friday, though. Her shot goes off the skate of Messina and wide of the target. Harris now back up ice towards Sabia. Zoo will collect the loose puck. Takes it towards the blue line, but knocked away there by Gustri. Crusaders back the other direction. Gillis takes this one into the zone, throws that one ahead. Elias uses the blocker and knocks it into the corner. Up top to the blue line, it's Konaxis who throws it back in towards Elias, and Lohid will just push this one back towards the crease, and Elias covers up with 3:46 to play.
Casey, if this score stands, this will be only the third time Manhattanville's been shut out all season. And you think about last year, how many times the Valiants were shut out, just shows the drastic improvement this Manhattanville Valiant women's hockey team has made from last season to this year.
Yeah, big improvement. Like we said, one of the best seasons in recent history for Manhattanville after floating just around the 500 mark last year. And those shutouts have not come against poor quality opponents. A 1-0 loss to Amherst, a close contest there, and then an 8-0 loss to nationally ranked Conn College are the only other two shutouts that Manhattanville has had this season.
And the Conn College game was actually the last loss Manhattanville had coming into the game. They were unbeaten in their last 6 contests, including a win against Franklin Pierce and a tie against the top-ranked team in the NEHC, St. Anselm.
So we mentioned at the beginning of the period, Manhattanville will need a win against Salve Regina or against UMass Boston to essentially clinch the number 2 seed. They could also use a Beacon loss on Friday to clinch the number 2 seed. The Beacons coming away victorious earlier today, so that advantage goes from 5 to 3 points in the standings with 2 games left. So still a chance for the Beacons to slide into the number 2 seed. They're going to need 2 wins and essentially 2 losses by the Valiants to capture that number 2 seed. And if it comes down to it, the 2 teams do face off in the final regular season game of the season next Saturday, when the Valiants will travel up to Massachusetts. And now late in the period, a little bit of a scuffle there, and we're going to have a penalty coming up. Sabia, I believe, is going to get charged with cross-checking. A late hit after the whistle.
Yeah, Sabia, along with her Valiant teammates, not appreciating the shots after the whistle against their goalie, Taylor Elias, staying up for the freshman netminder. And Sabia just getting a little bit too aggressive on that one with cross-check, so the Valiants will go back on the penalty kill.
And that will essentially take us to the end of this contest. 2:21 to play. 2 minutes on the board for cross-checking to Sabia. Holy Cross, once again, not going away without putting up some more pressure on the Valiants. Quick drive from the point from Hall, went wide, and then the rebound collected by Elias. Stiles and Scala into the faceoff circle. Scala, another win for the Crusaders. And she gets it back behind the net. Now Violet into the slot. That shot attempt off the blocker, and a rebound attempt. That one kicked away. I mentioned the point streaks. It's a 6-0 game, and essentially all but over in this one. But Holy Cross, like we said, not going away easily. Violet, 1 point in 11 of her last 12 games, carried that one right into the slot, and that one deflected in. And we'll see who gets credited for the goal. A lot of traffic in front, but either way, Holy Cross is going to add another to their total, and on the power play, it's now 7-0.
I was going to say the one thing Manhattanville could hang their hats on in tonight's loss was their play on the penalty kill, shutting out the Crusaders, but Holy Cross finally able to get on the scoreboard with the extra skater. It's now a touchdown lead for Holy Cross with a little over a minute to go in the contest.
It'll be just the third loss in league play for Manhattanville this season. We mentioned that the Valiants will be taking on UMass Boston in the season finale. Their last league loss coming against the Beacons back on January 14th here at home. Their only other NEHC loss came against nationally ranked Norwich, the team they are currently chasing in the standings. Had a 7-4 loss here at Playland. Final minute to play here in this one. Salatas covers that one up, and she will hold on for the faceoff here in the offensive end. We'll take a look at the stats here quickly before we get to the final whistle. Holy Cross, 72 shots attempted on the day. 44 of them found the target. 7 of them found the back of the net. 28 shots attempted for Manhattanville, just 16 finding the target. Salatas a perfect 16 of 16 in goal for Holy Cross, as she looks to be on her way to a shutout in this one. It would be her third shutout of the season. And like we said, a big stat that we saw and mentioned a few times today was the faceoffs. 40 faceoff wins for Holy Cross to just 16 for Manhattanville. On the defensive end, the Valiants blocked 21 shots, 10 for Holy Cross. And Holy Cross, the only power play goal of the day, 1 for 5. Manhattanville 0 for 2. For Holy Cross, they got goals from Matthias and Riley, 2 goals apiece, and then a goal each for Gellner, Doherty, and Gerard. Gerard getting credit for that last goal. And so that will increase her point streak. She now has 1 point in 9 of the last 10 games. She's now up to 14 goals and 10 assists on the year. Excuse me, 14 goals, 9 assists. Matthias also added assist on the day. Scala picks up an assist on the power play, so that will increase her point streak. She now has a point in 10 straight games. Hall and Gillis, 1 assist each, and Baji and Lisner, 2 assists on the day for Holy Cross. Baji also led the way in shots with 9. Gerard had 7, and Violet had 6 to lead the Crusaders for Manhattanville in the shot category. 3 shots for O'Brien and 2 shots for Dio, Kapoor, and Pelowitz. As one last shot attempt is fought off by Salatas, and a shot finally does get by Salatas, but after the buzzer, as Peters trying to find a cheap goal there, but too little, too late. The goal will not stand, and Manhattanville suffers their 3rd shutout of the season. A 7-0 loss to the Crusaders of the College of the Holy Cross. So Holy Cross just too much for Manhattanville to handle in this one. So they will look ahead now to next weekend when they will try to clinch the number 2 seed in the NEHC postseason. First opportunity for them will come Friday evening here inside Playland Ice Casino when they take on Salve Regina. It will be senior night for the women's hockey team, honoring their seniors here this year. Being honored in the game will be Kaylee Romano, Lindsay Dio, Olivia Drew, and Taryn Harris. The four-year members of this Manhattanville team. And we will have all the action from Playland Friday night. Coverage starting about 6:45 here inside the home barn for Manhattanville. 7-0 the final in this one. And thank you for watching. For Tyson Aguilar, this is Casey Shermick. Enjoy the rest of your day.